Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Once again, live on Twitch. This is Bose 831 Gaming. And again, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. This is Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch, and this is a continuation of my Farming Simulator 22 live stream series on Twitch. And we're on the ELM Creek farm, and just want to welcome everyone aboard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm running just a tidbit late. I actually was kind of up in the air if I was going to make it on time tonight to be able to broadcast at my scheduled time. Real life things come up, especially uh, in my neck of woods. Excuse me, in my neck of the woods right now, because the kids are back in school and spending time with the grandkids and all that good stuff, because I am a grandparent, and so grandparent duties calls, and depending on the schedules and everything that's going on with the kids and everything and the grandkids in real life, I very, very much having to cut it close tonight. Did not think I was going to make it on time, and I'm just, really just hopping in the chair and just hopping on the mic, and that's why I'm kind of like a minute or two off schedule. And I thought I was going to be a lot later than that, but anyway, here I am, and I was able to make it, and here we are. And we're just going to hop right in. We're picking up from where we left off on the last stream. We had just started working. We're working on field. The combined fields are 40, 47, and 48, which is my grass field, and we're mowing the grass here. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn the AI worker on and let him kind of run through that part. We had made some mistakes on the last live stream, leasing some equipment that we did not need to lease. Let me go back and look in the menu, because I don't recall, because I've been doing some other things, so I haven't been able to come back to the game to. Okay, yeah, so we did correct that issue. We did return that incorrectly or erroneously leased equipment back to the shop. But we're going to go ahead and do like we normally do as far as the grass harvesting process goes, except this time we're going to focus on making silage bales instead of hay bales. That's pretty much it tonight. On the other side of things, there's been a lot of news this week between my last stream on Saturday and tonight's stream. We've had we've had a game update. We had some DLCs released for the game. There's been some more information released on the Platinum DLC, including a new video that's out. That's very interesting. You definitely want to go to the Farming Simulator website and view that video. There's the video for the Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition, which comes out November 15th, and it's available for pre-order now. But it's the Platinum Edition is going to focus heavily on forestry. One of the things that you will be able to do in the game apparently is build a boat, and you will be able to use that boat in the game, as I understand it. So that could be very interesting. And again, you kind of talked about on some of my past live streams how when I first started playing Farming Simulator 19, I was heavily focused on forestry, but in 22 I haven't really done that much forestry. I tried it a little bit, but some of the early bugs in the early release of the game just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I have not really got back into doing any forestry since the initial release of the game, in the hopes that a lot of those bugs will be worked out. From what I understand, a lot of those bugs with forestry have been worked out, but I have yet to really do any extensive testing with forestry or anything like that. I'm still actually just getting my feet wet for the most part with a lot of the standard gameplay functionality, including you know, the production chains and all of that stuff. There's still a few production chains, including the ones that relate to wood and woodwork, that I have not had spent that much time doing in the game. And one of the cool things about the Platinum expansion is that we'll have a focus on those production chains, as well as add a few new pieces of equipment to the game. Apparently, we're going to have a new brand that will come in the game with that expansion. Volvo, it will be a new brand that's part of the base game as well. And that kind of brings me around to the next point, and that we had a new DLC pack that was released this past week. Let me make sure I get that right. I'm probably going to butcher the name, but we had the Vermeer DLC pack that was released this week, and that included a self-propelled baler, a mower, a tag-along baler, a windrower, and a straw spreader, and they're all part of that particular brand. And we can actually go look in those pieces of equipment here. Let me get to the right menu, and we can go in where we have mods and DLCs, and that's this pack right here. And these are the equipment that are part of that pack. The BPX 9010, which is a 2-bale straw blower, and this is the self-propelled baler, the ZR5 1200. It's a very nice looking piece of equipment. Then we have the windrower, and that's the R2800. And finally, we have the baler, the tag-along baler, and also a nice looking piece of equipment. And this is the 605N, the Vermeer 605N. Also, that released this week, we had updates to the Kubota pack and the Antonio Carraro pack. I'm not clear on what the updates were for those, so I'm not going to expound on that. We also had another free DLC piece of equipment that was released this week, and this is the ERO Grape Liner Series 7000, which is another branded grape harvester that has been added to the game. So now, instead of, you don't just have the well, let's go in that menu. You just don't have the New Holland. You now have another grape harvester that you can use. So we have the Grape Liner Series 7000 and the New Holland Broad 97DL. So make sure I didn't miss anything else there. And like I say, we also had an update to the game. The game is now on version 1.7. So we had that as well. And you can go to the Farming Simulator website, as always, to find more information and details, get the release notes for the patch, for the updates, and all of that good stuff. My channel per se does not focus on all those details, but you can. There are some other YouTubers and other sites out there that you can find out additional information on that. I don't have any problem recommending other YouTubers, because that's just what we do. We're all a community and we all love this game. But some of the big guys that I recommend are Mr. Sealy P, DJ Goham, Farmer Klein, and some of the other big name YouTubers. Driver 53, a lot of those guys, they definitely can find out additional information on some of those things. My focus right now is, for the most part, on doing my labs. But if definitely, if as I grow and learn, and more people come aboard, or wherever the wind may blow, things may change, and I may end up doing something totally different. But right now, my focus is just on doing my labs and getting that content up and out there, and we'll just see where that goes. Like I talked about on one of my past streams, I am working towards getting a capture card, and once I do get that capture card, I may end up doing some things a little bit different, because I'll be able to record and edit and all of that good stuff, some standalone videos, and spend more time on my video production, and that way I can just upload that content straight to YouTube and not have to worry about per se doing anything live on Twitch. Although I still will probably do Twitch lives, just probably not as frequently. But it all depends. I just want to see how these things go, what kind of traction I get. If people are actually watching my stuff. I know part of the things sometimes about getting out there and doing some of this stuff like this is first of all just having content, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's just producing content, and the more I do it, the more I learn and the better I get at it, and that's kind of the point where I'm at now. Just trying to find my little feel and my little groove for where I want to be with that. And while we're on that topic, new and notable mods this week. Too many to really cover, and again, I'm going to have to point you in the direction of some of the larger YouTubers for details on mods that have released between the first few days of this week, because there's been quite a few in addition to the DLCs and the game update and all of that stuff. I don't really have any singular mod in particular that I want to call out at the moment. There are a lot of great mods out there, and what may be of importance to you may depend on how you play, what your playing style is. All right, the worker is just about done. Let's see. I just want to make sure while I'm okay. We plowed. Just trying to thinking out loud. Just bear with me here. I'm trying to make sure we're not missing any windows for anything as far as my crop work goes. Let me go. We have a planting calendar for wheat and barley. We have. What are we on my wheat field? So I'm gonna have to double check that because I don't want to make sure I miss anything there. So let me just hop over here to my wheat field, and because today will be the last day to put down wheat if I want to meet the proper rotation for wheat. But I think I already got that down. I'm sorry, I'm coming in hot. So I don't recall right off the top of my head where we were at on that. So I had to go over here and actually take a look. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we already had it down. I did not recall. And we did roll and do all that stuff. Yeah. Hey. Alright. And I forgot to turn you back on. We had this worker with the plow that was plowing the sugarcane field, because we have a cornfield and a sugarcane field, and those fields all have to be plowed after the harvest, because those are the requirements for those type of crops. Alright, so we got the mowing done. I'm not going to worry about all the little extra stuff on the side and all of that good stuff, because we're not pinching pennies like that. Alright, so I don't need that mower anymore. What I do need to do is go grab the windrower from the shop. So we're going to drive over to the shop and do that now. And let's go and take care of that problem. Because I think originally I'll double check in a second. I planned on doing some of the yard work stuff off camera, but I don't think I got around to it. Because really, we're just jumping back in almost to the same exact point, just about from where we left off on the last live stream. I vlogged in and downloaded a few things and made sure I had the game updates and the DLC and all that stuff installed, but for the most part, we're pretty much almost at the exact same point in game from where we left off on the last live stream. So let's go grab that, fold that. Alright, and this is the R90 rake. This is a mod. You can find this mod on the mod hub. But you know, what equipment you might want to use for windrowing and all of that depends on your playstyle. You're going to see how I like to do it here in just a moment. I like to use the R90 in combination with the Vicon, or in this case Kubota, because it's pretty much Vicon and Kubota are the same company. But I like to use that fast baler in conjunction with this rake to make the process of my grass harvest go a lot faster. And for those of you who have been following along with my streams, my series for a while now, you already know what I'm talking about. And if you're new to it, you're about to find out how I do it. And here we go. We're just gonna hop right in over here, swing my tractor around. We hop out, and we're gonna open this gate. This is the right one. Yeah, that's where the baler's at. All right. And we're gonna drop that down because we don't want that to get stuck on the door trying to back in here to pick up the baler. Alright. Now we'll come back and grab the windrower. Alright. Now we're all configured. And we're just going to swing this entire configuration around and get everything lined up. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to unfold the baler. The windrower, excuse me. Then we're going to drop that down. And we want to turn on the windrower. Now we want to turn on, go over to the baler, turn on baler. Of course, after unfolding the baler, of course. I'm going to lower pickup. And we're good to go. And we have the windrower in front. That's going to immediately, pull up all the grass that we've already mowed and put in a straight line for the baler to pick up and immediately turn in the bales. And the bale's set to automatic wrap, and boom, that's all we need to do. And these are the bales that we're going to end up turning into silage. And they're all set to be the Kubota orange. And that's what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen. And this is fast baling with Kubota equipment in a nutshell. And I don't know how, quote, realistic or unrealistic this setup is, but it definitely works for me. But I think I saw somewhere where it's not, well, there are some setups that are very similar to this in real life, so it's not, totally unrealistic at all. So we're just going to roll with it. I like the way this works, and with this setup you can kind of make some very quick progress on your grass and your baling and all of that good stuff. This is a pretty small field, so it's no major feat what we're doing here on this field, but if you had a much larger field, you could definitely cover a lot of ground with the setup very quickly. But all that being said, it still take a little bit of time to kind of knock this small field out. But I really like this setup. I think this is really cool. I don't know if it's weird to kind of think this way, but baling is just grass work and mowing. Baling is actually one of the activities in the game that I really do enjoy. It's very therapeutic. and I'm never gonna knock that. I mean, there is a game, a lawnmower simulator game that's out there. I thought that was a running joke. When Xbox had made that post back around April of last year, about the lawnmower simulator, but it turns out that was not a joke. That was an actual game that's out there. And that game is out and is on Game Pass, so they have a whole lawnmower simulator game. But I guess when you think of it in the simulator genre, there's a lot of simulator games that, for different types of equipment, different type of things, that people might be interested in. As a farming simulator player, I can see interest in having a separate lawnmower simulator separately, but I could also see interest in not having one separately, since mowing is already a part of the farming simulator game anyways. So I can see both sides of that discussion. I'm kind of sort of doing a headland on this field, but it's kind of thought about that a little bit late. I really should have did that from the outset, just to give me some room to turn around and get back situated and all of that good stuff when I'm at the top and bottom of the field. But it's all okay. And like this time, I'm not too concerned about getting all the extra grass from the areas surrounding the field, and even over there with the grass that's over to the side. That's just want to get most of this product from the main field, and we'll just leave it at that. Not going to sweat the penny pinching of the other parts of this area that are not part of the main field. It's not that big of a deal. And like I was saying earlier, it's just been a very busy week out there in the world of in the farming simulator community, with all these announcements and all these different things coming out, and with the DLC packs, and and there's a Gamescom convention that's going on this week. I don't remember where it's happening at, but that's going on. That's why the farming simulator team put out a new video on the Platinum expansion piece as a part of that. I guess the stuff they were putting out for the Gamescom. So, and it's a very interesting trailer. There are a lot of shots of a dog in the video, and I'm wondering, it has a lot of people in the community wondering, why is a dog featured in the video? Are they adding some more features or functionality to the dog that's in the game? Because I don't have a dog on this farm, but you can have a dog in the game. That's part of the base game functionality. You can place a dog house, and when you place a dog house, you will have a farm dog that appears on the farm. But in the video, it showed the dog kind of following the farmer around and in some different places, and I don't know if that was just an editing thing with the video, or they actually are adding some features and functionality to the dog in the game. I guess we will see later on as more information is released about that expansion. And again, the Platinum expansion drops in November. If you're like me and you have the season pass, you get all of that content free as part of the season pass. But otherwise, you can, like I said, you can go to the Farming Simulator's website to find out more information about the Platinum expansion. Yeah. But I'm actually, even though I haven't, like I said, I haven't been a huge fan of some of the changes as far as forestry in Farming Simulator 22, but I'm actually kind of, you know, excited to see, you know, what changes come about, some of the new pieces of equipment, and then, you know, maybe, you know, to try my hand at forestry, you know. And I don't know how many episodes into I'm going to go with this series. You know, once that pack drops, maybe we will reboot and start a new series on a new map or something like that. Because that expansion comes with a new map. So all of that, you know, is up in the air, but I will make announcements on my social media if, you know, if I decide to go in a different direction, and where, you know, how long we will run with this current ELM Creek series that we have going right now, and if we're going to pivot and move in any other directions with my live stream series. You know, putting some content out with some of those games as well. You know, one of the other games that I do like to play, and we kind of talked about that as well, although believe me when I say I'm very much not an expert in the game, even though I've played it a ton in that State of Decay 2. But I spend enough time playing that you know, I might want to put some content out there so the whole world can see just how much I suck, but you know how I have fun, you know, being a sucky State of Decay 2 player to a certain degree. You know, and you know, y'all can share my pain. You know? Yeah, because I think I've talked about that before too. I am kind of, I guess if you look at the hours that I play, a hardcore gamer of sorts. But being a hardcore gamer does not always equate to you being super good at video games, especially games that require what I like to call the fast twitch reflexes and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, you know, which is your expert button pushing and all of that stuff. I've never, quote unquote, been that guy, you know. I've always kind of been a hardcore gamer with a casual mindset. I guess this is the best way to describe me as a gamer, you know. All right, so wait a minute, what we're doing here? We're done. Now we can lift pickup and turn off baler. I'm not going to get another bale out of that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to too much worry about sweating the details and all of that good. Why is that grass looking so weird there? All right. Alright, so finish with my baler. Let's go. Oh shoot, that reminds me. I forgot to check on the guy with the plow, and I hope he did not. Okay. Whew. Because sometimes the worker will just keep on plowing and go right from one field to another, and I have had situations where I had left a worker running a plow unattended, and they went ahead and plowed the field I had them set to plow, and then continued to plow between that field and another field and plow a field that I had already planted. I don't want that to happen again, because that was not cool. But we got, all right, now we're just going to go here and we're going to touch up some of the spots that for whatever wonderful reason the AI worker missed. So we're going to catch up on that now. And I see weed on my wheat field, so I do want to also come back and address that weed situation over there. All right. We got that part, and there's a couple of spots here. And as you can see, plowing with this plow gives us rocks. We'll do something with those rocks too. Alright. So, let me make sure. Alright, wheat and barley, but we have a barley field too, don't we? And I get the barley down. Alright, I'm trying to, let's see, I think we're done with the plow, but I'm going to bring this tractor back over here, and we're going to keep it in a holding position, just in case. But I just realized, as I'm thinking out loud, let's go check my barley field to make sure that we're set up over there as well. I also don't remember if we had put the barley down. And we did. Okay, yeah, we did put the barley down. And it's growing. I did not remember. Okay. Guess I have to go back and check that out. Alright, so we're done with the baler. And fold it up. And again, you see the equipment's dirty. That's all like cosmetics, but we'll go ahead and do a little cleanup. What the hey? Just get it all new and shiny like looking. Well, we can't get it new looking without paying for the vehicles to be painted at the shop, and we're not doing that right now. I have kind of done a little bit of light testing on that, even though it's super expensive to get vehicles painted. It might actually be worth it if you're going to sell a piece of equipment and you want to get the max price to paint it before you sell it. It's definitely going to cut into how much you make on the sale because of the cost of the painting, but at the same time you're going to get the best price on what you're selling, so it's all kind of a wash in a way, but you are going to make the most off your resale that way, if that makes any sense, at least from what I've seen. Alright, let's go. I didn't get the plow spotless. I was just looking at that. I could probably go back and kind of dust that up a little bit more. And just get everything all cleaned up and looking like new, or kind of really like all kind of new again. So just give it a few seconds, and there we go. Boom. See a little bit of the shine now. Alright, so we finished the fast baler, so we're going to park that back in our shed. If I can get it backed up properly. Backing up is something I struggle with even in real life, so this is not unusual for me. Alright, right about there. And we can got that lid down, excuse me. Alright, and going back to the plow. Okay, you want to lower the plow so we can fit back in the shed. Here we go. And attach. And we're all good with that piece of equipment. And we can go ahead and close that lid. Close gate. And I forget now, let me check my equipment. Do we have a... We don't have a own a bale trailer. We always lease. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to lease a bale loader slash bale trailer. And we're going to go with the bad boy that I always typically get. This does 28. That should be plenty. So we'll go ahead. Wait a minute. Don't do it yet because we're going to do auto loading. Now we do it, please. And for your Farming Simulator 22 purists, I'm sorry if your brain just exploded. But yes, I'm down with the auto baling. For those of you who have followed along with me in this series, you know that I'm not horrible with the bale forks, and we have done some realistic bale operations, but we're not going to do it in every scenario. Alright, so park that setup for now, and we're going to use the Massey Ferguson 7726. We're going to take it over to the shop and pick up our bale trailer slash bale loader. And I apologize, I've been running out of spec. Haven't been running my my hazard lights when I'm on the highway. My apologies for that. Kind of forgot about that little step. Alright, so we're back at the shop. And there's the bale loader trailer that we lease. And we're going to pick up this trailer. And we're going to take this trailer back to our grass field and pick up our wrapped bales. Right now they're just wrapped grass bales. They have to, a certain amount of time has to pass for the wrapped grass bales to ferment and turn into silage. Alright, so we're coming back over and around. Here we are. And we're going to set the bale loader to operating position. And we should be good to go from there. Going to drive through and you auto load all of the bales on this field that we created. And not sure the bale count. I don't know if we'll have enough for 2 loads or 1. We'll see. I probably could have opted for the larger trailer, but just for an extra 1 or 2 bales, it's not that big of a deal. And for this process that we're doing now, you just drive back, pick the bale up. If you were playing ultra realistic, you probably have another tractor on the field or another front loader or some other device, and you'd have the bale spike attachment, and you would manually pick up each and every bale and stack them neatly onto the bale trailer, and then strap everything down, and away you go. Okay, so we got 24 bales out of this operation. That's not bad at all. And there's still a ton of things we need to get knocked out. I want to get them out today. We're gonna have to come back and mulch and roll the grass field so that we can go ahead and flip it to the next harvesting state. All right. And I apologize for saying all right so much. That's kind of I guess, become my catchphrase these days. Transporting position. Got to hit that before we got on the road, but after you finish baling, just so you don't accidentally pick up any other bales you might drive by, you want to switch to transporting position once you've done picking up your bales via auto load. All right, and for this operation, we're kind of in position now. Let's go, and now we're gonna move our ghost bales over here. And like unload bales, and that just resets everything. That's kind of testing out where we want to position that, and make sure they're close to the ground so they don't explode. Unload bales here. Boom, voila. And that's our silage bales in a nutshell. So we're done there. We still have a ton of tasks that we need to get done today. So we're going to move on to the next big thing, and that will be rock picking. And in the interest of time versus money, I'm going to go with the largest rock picker that's available. So let's go drop that off there. We're going to go back in our shop menu, and this time we're looking for rock technology, or what is the category? Stone pickers. And 41 versus 52,000. Wow. Alright, and we're gonna lease that rock picker and go grab that piece of equipment from the shop. And then we'll hop back over to the grass field, I think, after that, and kind of tend to what needs to be done with the grass field. And touching back on a topic that we've been talking about for a few of my streams now, still haven't decided how we're going to spend some of this money we got in our coffers right now, and how we want to expand the farm and the farm operations and all of that good stuff yet, but still kind of thinking that out. Had so many things going on outside of the game that I really haven't had time to kind of poke in there and check some things out after hours or and doing some testing or some other stuff like that. Alright, so we got the largest stone picker in the game, and we're just gonna bring it over to our farm so that we can um, harvest the rocks in both of those fields. Alright, and we're approaching the main farm, but that's not our primary objective at the moment. You know, we wanted to address this sugar cane and the corn fields. Alright, so we got the picker lined up. We can unfold it. Just trying to get it in position. And we can lower. Oops, what am I doing? Having a total brain malfunction. A complete and utter brain malfunction. Ooh, okay. I'm on the wrong field completely. Wow. Alright, the same deal. And I'm going to turn a worker loose on this one, but I'm going to kind of babysit him for a little bit to see what kind of behavior he exhibits. Alright, well, we'll come back to him in just a second. Let me grab, I thought I was done with this tractor, but we're going to need to use this tractor for one other task on that grass field. Alright, and we're going to open this gate and grab our roller. Alright, so now we have the roller, and we're going to go on over here to our freshly harvested grass field. And I think it's short. I don't know if we have to wait until the next one, but let me double check. But we go ahead and actually getting ahead of myself just a little bit. To make sure the roller is set at the proper configuration, so I want to go there first to our shop on our farm and reconfigure our roller for grass rolling instead of regular field rolling. Let's go do that. Might as well do some equipment repairs while I'm in there. So I'm going to customize, and it's like, see, it's set at the roller function right now. We want to set it to the grassland roller, and customize. And yes, we do want to purchase the customization. So, here we go. And I can hop back in the tractor now. And I don't know why because I did not have this piece of equipment folded when we initially did it, but when I just did the reconfiguration, it decided that it wanted to fold the equipment back up. Yeah. And now I have no way of lifting it up and getting it attached to my tractor. This is fun. Alright. Let's see if we can find a way around this very much vexing little problem right now. Whoa. And I know we've dealt with this a number of times before, but it just continues to be more and more of a annoying little thing with this piece of equipment. So I may need to be in a market for looking at a different grass rolling setup, because this deal right here. All right. And it's still not going to get it up to where I can, there we go. Good gosh. That's way more difficult than it should be. Alright, so we got the grass roller attached. And we can... Alright. I think I kept that around. Alright. Attach the front loader. Alright. And sorry, the usage of that alright phrase is in overdrive tonight, but that's kind of my catchphrase. So, get my weight back on here. Now we're going to go to the grass field. I also want to check on my worker and his stone picking process. So let me go peek over there. Let me get this unfolded first. Alright. Oh, shoot, excuse me. And so the worker running the stone picker is just about fun. Full. Excuse me, I said fun. So we're going to go ahead and bring the truck on over so that he can unload all of the stones that he's picked. TLX 3500 for that job. And as you can see, it looks like the worker is stopped because the rock picker is full. We're going to drive over here and hopefully he'll automatically unload once I get in the right spot. almost 2,000 liters of stones. And we're good to go there. Alright, so that looks good. And back over to the worker with the grass roller. If we just lower that down and start moving forward, it's resetting the state of the field. Yes, that's what we want to happen. So we're going to turn the worker loose here as well. Let me check one thing here. Checking the pH and the nitrogen values for the precision farming, and those are all good. I haven't been paying that much attention to the environmental scores for the fields. But everything is about thereabouts where it's supposed to be, except for I don't know what is the madness going on with 40 and these 3 new fields. We know why they're kind of hovering around the lower side right now, but once we work the fields a couple of times, that the status of those fields should reset and be more in line with what we should be what we have over here for our grass and our corn and our wheat and sugarcane fields. The outlier is this one here. And again, I don't know what the heck is going on there, because the field has nitrogen and everything else is, and I followed all the steps on that, so I don't. That one's just a weird one. I think it's kind of bugged out. I'm not so while my workers are doing them things, we're just gonna walk over here so you can kind of see. And so when you look at the information on the field, it shows that the pH and the nitrogen values are good, but for whatever reason, the precision farming is not seeing or recognizing those values, and I'm not sure. Hey, how you doing? I'm not sure why that's happening, but it is happening, and it's only on that field. So what I might do, because it's starting to kind of be confusing, or actually a little bit annoying, is I may just at some point in the not too distant future just plow this field over and kind of start over from scratch and see if that resets the values for the field. But it does after we do another harvest. But if it continues to not update after we do another harvest, then that will be my next course of action on that field. Alright. Just kind of jumping around and checking on my workers now. And just making sure that everything is updating accordingly and the workers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they all look good. We have the stone picker and the grass roller. And let me see, let me check the... Yeah, this field's been pretty consistent with the yields, because when you're doing it this way, you're not getting the extra bonus, 5% bonus from the mulching. But in this scenario, this is still the better way to do it, because you don't have to go through all those extra steps on this field. And you're still going to get a pretty good yield. And that's what it's all about. Meanwhile, over here with a stone picker guy, he's just about full again. And we have the truck parked over there on the side, and he's ready to go. So when he's full and he's ready to unload, we can just drive over and pick up that load of stones. Alright, he's at almost full. We're at approaching 90, a little hair over 90%. So when he gets turned around and starts back up, he should be at full capacity. Alright, and the other thing we wanted to check while all that was going on was what's going on with the animals. So let's go over to the animal menu. And looks like we did already take care of the animals. The ones that I had questions about were the horses. Yeah, we still did not do daily riding for the horses, so that still needs to be done. The end of the live stream, and depending on the timing, I could even have that done off camera, but we just stuff lined up. Alright, so the rock picker is full. It's time to unload. And 3,500 to the rescue. That's another 2,000 liters of rocks. We got a whole 4,000 liters of rocks. And hop back over here to the Kubota M8 201. Checking on the grass roller and the progress going on there. And still, so far, so good. And almost finished there. And do see a little spot of grass that I missed there, but that wasn't made no difference in my baling operation. But still wanted to make sure we cleaned up as much of the product that we could. So I don't know how I missed that spot. We got about 2.5, 3 passes to go and we'll be done on this field, so we're pretty close to where we want to be. Okay. Like I was trying to find the stone picker guy, but just wanted to see he's still got a ways to go. And just realized I haven't done my screenshot for tonight. So let's go ahead and get that set up. Turn the help window off. And I wanted to do a shot with the truck in the background, but here. We're too far from it now. We'll wait till he comes back around for one more look. Alright. Still going well. Now let me move the truck into a better position for the shot. That's closer. Making sure we keep an eye on that guy too, so he doesn't do anything crazy. Alright, and backing up. And shot. Alright, so we want to turn the help menu back on and continue with what we're doing. The grass roller guy should be just about finished. Guess he wanted to roll the grass in the road as well, so we'll let him have his fun. Alright, there we go. And it looks like the roller was trying to reset the state, and it did. Field 50, that one little strip over on the side. And we'll see how that plays out here. All right. So in the process of rolling, we noticed a few spots where there were some grass pickup that was missed. When we're done with the roller, we're going to go ahead and put it away. I'm not going to worry about doing any equipment maintenance at this time. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I just want to keep that in mind for the next time we use this equipment. We will want to do maintenance on it maybe next time, but we'll just have to pay attention to where the meter is at the time that we use that equipment. Alright. But I wanted to go back over here real quick as the OCD part of the game, the brain is kicking in now. We just want to go back over those little missed patches of grass that we didn't harvest. And just thought about it. Rock picker. Yep, this field. Being a worker for being idle. That's another load. Now let's hop back over here to what I was doing. We're just going to grab the baler real quick. There's not going to be enough to create another bale or anything like that. We just want to go ahead and pick up this product, because when we use the baler again, this product will count towards the creation of another bale. So just go ahead and pick it up as well. Got that patch there. You know, a couple of more up here. That one up, that one. I think that was all of them. There's a few more up here. So go to pick up those patches up as well. And I don't see any more. I think that's all of them. Alright, we can drop the baler back off. That was just something I wanted to clean up real quick. So, close that gate. And as far as our leasing equipment goes, we can go ahead and turn some things in, because we're not going to be needing those anymore. We could return in the mower, we could turn in the windrower, and we could even turn in the bale loader. We're not going to do any more work with bales at the moment. Alright. There's one thing I just thought about. Like my sugar beet field. I don't know if we have to plow after every sugar beet harvest. This is my first time in quite some time doing sugar beet. Okay, yep, missed that one. So we have a third field that must be plowed after every harvest. Why is... Alright, just realized that. So there's one field that we needed to plow that we did miss, and that was our sugar beet. We're looking at the crop calendar. Planting season for sugar beet doesn't come back around until next March. We have plenty of time for all of that field prep stuff, but while I'm thinking about it, we're just going to go ahead and have a guy go ahead and take care of that job as well. Being very careful and mindful that I don't want to accidentally plow over my wheat field. And I'm puzzled as to why my sunflower field is showing two different field states over here. I don't even know what that is. Alright. So, just a kind of standard thing on any root crop fields, you're going to have to plow after you harvest your root crops. Yeah, I'm just going to go around the outer edges in the hopes that if I turn a worker loose on the field, in that way he won't keep going and driving to a field that already has a crop growing on it and plow that field through as well. Just gonna come down and I don't know how I misspaced that out. I thought I did check this, but just missed it. But it's still okay. We're still on schedule with the things we want to do today. So now I'm going to turn. Okay, why is he saying no field found? Is he... Alright, there we go. And the stone picking guy is 90% full, but he's done on this field, so we can move over to our cornfield, which is field 50, and we're going to do the same thing on field 50. Then unfold the stone picker, and then we're going to hire the worker again. Let's go. And that should remove the stones from this field. And we're going to bring the truck over because he's about to have a full tank again. And there wouldn't be Farming Simulator 22 AI if they didn't leave some spots. So, but I'd rather they leave spots than run over a field that I have already planted. So we'll just live with that and come back and manually touch those areas up when we get to that point. Alright, our guy's full, so he's ready to unload. So we're back into our TLX 3500. Alright, and that's another load unloaded. Alright, so checking on the stone picker progress on this field, on the cornfield, we're going along nicely there. And back over to the plowing on the sugar beet field. And everything is going well over here as well. And while those guys are doing that, do I want to risk trying to do the horses? I don't think I will. I'll just wait, because I can always do that off camera. That's no big deal. I just want to keep an eye on everybody and everything and make sure we don't try to do too much at the same time to where we're losing track of some things. All right. And again, that's apparently my catchphrase. Just about finished with the plowing on the sugar beet field. And we're gonna have to come pick up the stones over here as well. Just make sure we hit all of the spots that the worker missed, so we don't have any surprises there. Just plow over all of those areas as well. Also being mindful of my pH value. Not too worried about the nitrogen levels, because we can always come back and spread fertilizer on a field if need be. But you definitely want to keep an eye on the pH values, because I don't know why that has two different texture states. Alright. So we're done with the plow again. We can go ahead and put that back in the shed for storage. Attach. Close gate. And I think that's a wrap for now, but we'll keep the door open just in case we need to pull the Kubota out for something else here that we kind of missed. Well, let me go look at the stone picker guys. Pull again. I want to go take a look at the filters for 53 and see if it's showing anything strange there. Nope, I don't see. That's just weird. Alright, growth, nothing. Alright, mulched. It shows the whole field is mulched. But just shows two different textures. Alright, so I won't let that bug me yet, although it's still gonna bug me. But I'm not gonna mess with it, right? But I definitely don't like looking at it. I don't know why it's doing that, huh? Let me just walk over here and see if it tells me different information in both places. Alright. No, it says the same thing in both areas. So it's not that, it's just some weird visual glitch or something. Okay. Um, but we're still kind of doing the stone picking thing, and I guess we will just hop over and kind of fire up a horse real quick while we're doing that dance. Alright, so let's hop on a horse, run her through, and by the time I run out with her and come back, maybe the stone picker guy will be full or right at full. We'll probably have to time it a little bit better. But I'm still very curious to see once our horses reach of age, as we can see here in the animals menu, when their puberty maxes out to 100%, if we're going to get another horse that appears in the stable. That's going to be a big thing for me because I've never really done horses in any of the farming simulator games like that, so just something I want to check out and see. Alright, so coming back into the stable, and if we did it just right, about the time that we reach the stable, we also should be hitting right about 100%. There it is. Alright, so that one's done. Check it on the stone picker guy. He's still moving along, but and since he's close enough, we'll just follow him along until he's full. In fact, we'll just go ahead and hop and pick up and wait on him to stop, come to a full stop. We'll be ready for him to unload. Alright, and there you go. Comes to a full stop, which means he's ready to unload. And the truck is almost full. Let's see if this maxes out the capacity of the truck. No, 93%, so we still have some room there. Great. Now would be a great time to hop back over to the horse barn. Hop on a horse that has not been ridden already. And we're off. So we are kind of multitasking here. And it's all cool. Getting a lot of different things knocked out today. And once again, this is another super productive day on the farm. And that's how a lot of days are going to be when we're in harvest season. But it's also kind of leaning to the point of me having to look at expanding our farm, our operations, and buying some more fields so that we have different things that we can work on all year round and don't have to skip months. Alright, heading, got the horse turned around and we're heading back to the stable. And we'll check on the stone picker guy once we have this horse back in the stable. Alright, so that one's 2 horses down. Let's go. Stone picker's at 27%, so I think it's safe to grab another horse. Jump. Alright, so off we go, and they're off. And the horse is coming around the tractor sign. And he's running down the bend. And he's galloping and galloping and galloping. And he moves around as he gets closer to the bend. And he's approaching the farming simulator sign thing that's ahead. Alright. And the sign says this will drive you crazy for the umpteenth time. Alright, and there we go. He makes the turn. He comes back around. And now he's coming back around the bend. And in a few moments you will see him as he approaches the stable. As his riding continues to accelerate up to 66, 67%, 68%, 69, and going. Alright. 80%. 85%. 88. 90%. So this one didn't quite time all the way exactly where we wanted to be by the time we get back to the stable. So we're gonna jump. Hey, there he is. Okay, we did get it. 100%. Alright, check on the stone picker. We will have time to ride that last horse. We just gotta find the last horse that needs riding. I think it's this one, right? Riding. Yeah. And that's Yankee. And we can go ahead and take Yankee for a ride around the bend. And then we'll be all done with the horses while at the same time we're stone picking. And we could have fired up 2 tractors at the same time and had stone picking going on 2 different fields at the same time. But we're not doing any big time operations like that right now. As we expand the farm, we definitely might want to look at doing some things like that because of the timing and the fact that we're running such short months. Okay. And we're almost back at the stable, and the riding is almost where it needs to be, or where I want it to be. 95, 96, and we jump the fence, and 99, 100. Whoa. Whoa, horse. Boom. And now we're just going to quickly go through them and clean them up. And I'm sure when we turn back around and focus on the rock picker, he's probably going to be ready to go. Alright. Which horse am I missing? Not you. Has to be, yes, you. The horses are clean, horses are clean, horses are clean. And stone picker is full, stone picker is full, stone picker is full. This will probably be a max load. Yep, that did max it out. So now we have an opportunity to go ahead and unload our tipper. Then we're going to go over to our production for our stones. Excuse me. We do own a stone to line production chain, and that's where we're going to go right now and drop off all these stones and turn that on and make sure trigger to dump. Oh, there it is. Stones. Alright. I was just going to drop off all the stones. I don't think we'll fire up the production until after we've harvested all the stones from all of our fields that we own at this time. We'll wait until we're finished. Okay, it looks like the guy missed a spot right there for whatever reason. So we're going to have to come back and have him run across that little section of the field. In fact, I've just run a little strip across the top and the bottom just in case. Oh. That's kind of amusing. He reached a full tank right before he finished the field. stones. The worker's gonna fire back up just in time to tell me that he's trying to go back around one of the paths. Visually see any more stones to pick up. Let's see if he grabs some more stones when he goes around this one more time. Nope. Hey. He's still sitting at 49 liters of stones. So. Go ahead and fire that off. He's not collecting anything but a check in that regard. Just that one little spot in the corner that he missed for whatever reason. So we're gonna lower now. Turn on stone here. And have him come across that spot. Still sitting at 49. Move that up. I want to take a look at the top of the field just to make sure that we don't have any missed spots at the top either. And it looks like he did okay on the top end of the field. So we're ready to go on to the next field, which is the sugar beet field, and harvest the stones from there. Alright, so we're gonna unfold the stone picker. And because this is an irregular shaped field, this is going to be a little bit tricky, and I may kind of manually finesse this one. Let's turn the worker on it and see how he handles this job. And while he's doing that, we're going to grab our XSX 3500 and bring it on around as well. Alright, just keeping an eye on my worker here. Make sure he doesn't do anything crazy. as they have a tendency, alarming tendency to do from time to time. All right, and we're coming up close to the end of the stream now, the bottom of the second hour of the stream, and I'm just going to go ahead. Thank everyone for tuning in and watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Continue to tune in, continue to watch, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Jose 831 Gaming, and can be found on all the major social media platforms under the same name, Jose 831 Gaming, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. It's all Jose 831 Gaming. And we're into the last 5 minutes of the stream. And this is the 5-minute warning. The 5-minute warning. Okay. And our worker is close to getting this field done. He hasn't done anything too outlandish yet. He's pretty much following standard operating protocol, which I'm actually a little bit surprised but happy with at the same time. It's actually kind of amusing to me how the workers kind of doing better on this field than they do on some fields that are more squarish in shape, squared in shape. Once again, the work is full. So pull up over here, the TLX 3500. Drop another load of stones in. And back at it. The cool thing about running so many root crops right now is I'm going to get a steady supply of stones after each harvest, and with that lime production, stones to lime production we have going, we'll be able to produce some lime for free thanks to all those stones. So that's not a bad trade-off at all. We have situations where we need to lime fields a lot, if not all of our lime we already have in place. And so it's like a cool little recycling cycle, a circle that we have going here. As one process feeds the other. Okay, that's the first spot where the workers missed something on this field, so that's not bad at all. And I'm actually kind of surprised they missed that spot. Alright, well, we're coming up on the last minute of the stream. And again, I want to thank everyone for watching, tuning in. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe to all of my content on all of the major social media platforms. It's Bose831 Gaming. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. Like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Continue the game on, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good one, folks. And one quick reminder before I sign completely off, we will pick up right from where we left off when we come back in on our Saturday stream. Still have a few things to do, but we're still going to be stone picking and creating lime and all of that good stuff. But I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good one, folks.